Hello, Yvonne Gaybauer here with my therapy room, and this is another card in my series that I'm doing. It's in the cards, and another card using my Dylusions paints. I seem to have been on a roll for a while with those, and I'm using a turquoise and an orange color here. And you see, I had some fun trying to get the two of them blended, and I kept going back and forth and back and forth. I'm using my very high-tech blending tools, you can see, which are my empty wooden spools, which work great. But I did learn some stuff as I was blending the two colors, and eventually going back and forth, which seemed like for an eternity, I did get the two colors to where I wanted them and blended how I wanted them to be. This I sped this card up to 8 times, and good thing, because otherwise you'd have been sitting here watching me for like an hour and a half, I think, doing this card. So good thing I did the speed up. And you can see how much paint is left in this dauber when I'm finished. So I filled in that page, a music sheet, another music sheet. A little bit goes a long ways, I tell you. And then I grab a baby wipe, and that's how I clean mine off, is I take a baby wipe and I just scrub the sponges out on the baby wipes. And because I don't want to waste that color, and I don't like using baby wipes in my projects, I grab a paper towel and put it over top of the baby wipe so I can pick up all of that luscious color, and then I can use it as background and texture with a paper towel, which I find works much better than a baby wipe. Here I'm grabbing a dictionary page, and I'm just tracing out or sketching out a half daisy, which I want to use on my card, and fussy cut the daisy out with my funky fussy cutting scissors, and then paint the flower. So I'm using some I think this is my burnt sienna, a little bit on the edges, kind of how I had it in my head how I was going to color this daisy, and how it ended up being colored. Ended up being two different things, but hey, you know what, it's always a learning experience, right? So here I'm grabbing some of my Naples yellow, and just trying to tone down the brown just a little bit, bring in some yellow along the edges, trying to keep the brown in there as my shadow and the yellow as my highlight. So I kind of go back and forth, you'll see, quite often until I kind of get where I want it to be. Then I come in with some white for some highlights, and I just continue to kind of work with those 3 colors until I'm happy with the way my daisy ended up looking. My Stabilo All pencil, I come in and do some shading. This is, again, just gives some depth to my daisy with my Stabilo All pencil. And you'll see me kind of wiping my finger on my baby wipe when I was using the Stabilo All pencil. And this is kind of how I move it around. For the most part, decided I wanted my brick stamp in the orange part, so just put one of the blue pieces of paper there as a mask to cover it up. And you'll see where I was putting the white dots on with my finger with the white paint, and got halfway through that and decided, oh, I don't know if I really like that, and remembered I had a stamp that did exactly that. So wiped off the white, grabbed my stamp that does the circles and a makeup sponge, and stamped them on that way, because I didn't want them to be so bright and in your face. I kind of wanted them pushed back a bit. So this is what I did there. And again, just to add some highlights, I kind of went in with my white again, and then you'll see me what do I do next? I think I grab my Stabilo All pencil. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't. Sorry. I grab some more of that Naples yellow and try to work that in to it as well. And then I grab my Stabilo All pencil, adding a little bit of white to highlight to the top of the daisy, Took way too much black ink for that little wee teeny bit of the center of the flower that I wanted to use and sprinkle with black. Here you see I've got a script stamp that I'm also adding to the middle. You know, if I would actually plan these cards out ahead of time, I wouldn't have to be covering up and doing it in so many backwards backward steps, I guess, hey? And here I just adhered the flower onto my card with some gel medium, and coming back again with my Stella All pencil and adding some more shadows, and then just to outline around the flower as well on the page, just to make it pop off the page a little bit better. A little bit more. Oh, here's where I'm coming in with the Stella All, just to give it some shadow around those little dots, make it look more like a bubble, I guess, than a dot, is what I'm doing there. And then what I did was I took a, which kind of got cut out there, a brown. Sorry, I had sped up the video at the end and I kind of ran out of time. So what I did was I took the brown paint, and just with my makeup sponge went around the outside of the card just to kind of finish it off. So that's it. That's my card. So thank you once again for coming along on my little journey. Leave me a comment. I love reading them. Subscribe if you haven't, and click on the notification and you'll be notified when I do upload a new video. Once again, I do appreciate you guys more than you'll know. Thank you once again, and bye-bye.